Hello again, everyone. Michael here with Felicity, November 8033 Fox, a Cessna flight training device that I built here at home. It is Friday, the 3rd of November, 2023. I hope you're all doing well and safe wherever you may be around the world. The focus for this evening is to plan and fly the Wings IFR-21 rating provided by Boston Virtual VARTCC on the VATSIM network. Hey Drippy, hello my friend. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. ZDC had a nice event tonight. You took off out of Stewart in a C414 headed down to BWI. And then planning to hop in a 737 back from BWI to Savannah. Sounds like a nice hop. No way we'd be able to make that flight in our 172 in the allotted amount of time. So yeah, that's our plan. Wings IFR-21. The last time we flew, we were able to get approved for Wings IFR-20, and unfortunately, with I don't want to say unfortunately, but with the current children's schedules and things of that sort, currently in process of building a new hangar for Felicity, so that's taking up some extra time. So unfortunately, our availability for streaming has diminished just a bit. So I'm trying to maximize the available time that we have to finish up these Boston ratings. And then in other news, sort of related to that, VATSTAR, which is an authorized training organization for VATSIM, they're approved to issue pilot ratings, P1, P2, P3, P4. They've decided to shut their doors down effective December 31st, 2023. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to search for another ATO, authorized training organization, to continue to pursue my P2 rating. My understanding is that the Pilot Club plans to have their P2 program rolled out by the end of the year, so I'm hoping that's the case. If not, we'll have to search for another ATO, because once I finished all of these Boston virtual ratings, that was my next plan, is to pursue that P2 rating on the VATSIM network. So with VATSTAR going away and the Pilot Club possibly having theirs available, we may have to look elsewhere. There is possibly, and I'm just going to call it the Phoenix ATO right now, because it may be rising from the ashes of some of the members and instructors from VATSTAR. That's about as much as I know about it right now. So I've kind of dubbed that the Phoenix ATO as my own way to refer to that one, as it rises from what's going to remain of VATSTAR after the end of the year. Okay, moving on to what we are focusing on this evening, the Boston Virtual Wings IFR-21 rating. I'm going to bring up my display. We're going to take a look at the rating itself and see what's going to be required of us, what they're looking for, things of that sort. So give me just a second. Let me share my display with you all. It might look funny for just a moment, but let's go over this rating together here. Okay, here we're on the Boston Virtual ARTCC webpage, and let's go over the Wings IFR-21 flight here. And we're actually planning on utilizing this same route from Sierra Lima Kilo to Bradley. Flight offers review of effective navigation planning. We're going to take terrain, special use airspace, stars, obstacle departure procedures into account as we plan a route from Adirondack to Bradley. After the full approaches and short mountain runways, the vectors to final approach at Bradley will be a nice change from the challenges of the past few flights. Hammered Kugo, welcome in. Welcome, thank you for the follow. My name's Michael. I'm going to be your pilot here momentarily. We're currently discussing the Boston Virtual Wings IFR-21 rating, and then we're going to head over to the plane. Okay, test standards. This is the important stuff. A lot of times the text here doesn't pertain to us. We're in a smaller plane, but the test standards, this is the stuff we're looking for. The test standards is what is going to be important on this rating. So briefly, we're going to depart Sierra Lima Kilo in an appropriate manner considering weather conditions, and we're going to talk about that here momentarily when we go over the weather. And receives approval prior to conducting the VCOA ODP. Alright, let's break that down. Vertical climb over the airport obstacle departure procedure. And the correction. Visual climb over the airport obstacle departure procedure. That's what the VCOA ODP stands for. And navigate on course without vectors from ATC. We're going to file an appropriate altitude and route of flight that does not enter or cross MOAs or MTRs. Military operational areas or MTR, that is a military training route. Now, this is kind of tricky in my mind because in a military training route could be, if it's a 4-digit number, they're training at 1500 AGL. If it's a 3-digit number, they're training at 1500 AGL or below. So if you're under the 4-digit route or over the 3-digit route, are you technically still crossing that route? That's something I don't know. But that's something that I probably shouldn't necessarily take a chance on for tonight's rating either. Although I am going to be curious about that. Going to file and fly the appropriate Stella arrival correctly, including reporting top of descent to ATC. And exit the runway on a taxiway that is consistent with the desired parking location, requesting a long landing from ATC as required. And request taxi to appropriate parking. Okay, so what we're going to need to know is where we're going to want to park at once we get to Bradley. Let's just break it down. Okay. Looking at the route from SLK to Bradley on the low IFR chart, you'll notice that the flight will come close to several interesting airspaces. They're talking about the MOAs, talking about the military training routes. Okay, for the purpose of this flight, avoiding both the MOAs and MTR should happen naturally. That being said, you won't find a tech or FAA preferred route between the two. So it's up to us to plan and file a route. Goes on to discuss suggested aircraft. Okay. Alright, so most of this is going to be on us, it looks like. Let's go ahead and take a look here. I've already plugged in Sierra Lima Kilo to Bradley into ForeFlight. So I've already plugged that information into ForeFlight here. We're currently looking at the VFR chart. So let me do this so that we all can see this here. And then let's go ahead and bring up IFR low. And we need to find a route that's going to be valid to get from Sierra Lima Kilo down to Bradley. And we're going to need to take into account terrain, altitude, elevation figures, and we're RNAV. So we could use we could follow a Tango route. We have GPS, but we want to make sure that whatever route we pick is not going to interfere with an MOA or a training route. And this Tango 300 route looks like it does cross a training route. The VAR-725. Yeah, there's a gray line there. So that is a military training route. Okay, so the Tango 300 route may not work. What do we have to work with here? Tell you what, here's what I want to do. Let's take a look at Bradley. What runway's in use? That'll kind of tell us what direction we might want to approach from. And right now winds are at a 190, and runway 24 is best wind at Bradley. Was there a specific arrival number or okay, so we need the Stella arrival at Bradley. So if we pick procedure arrival, so that's a Stella 1. Okay. Narrative on the following page. Okay. So what do we have here? What is this VOR? Barnes. Was that also one of the arrivals as well? Albany, Cambridge, Chester. Alright, there's Barnes. Albany, Cambridge, Otto, Hancock, or Willett. So the Cambridge VOR might be along our route. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yep, it sure is. So Cambridge transition would probably work. What else do we have? We could head east and grab the Burlington VOR, but we're GPS equipped. What can we do here? Jazzdow. Jazzdow, Cambridge, Bravo Alpha Foxtrot. I don't know if that's going to be the best route. There's a Tango route T300. Okay, so maybe we can do this. Oh. Okay, Albany. Then if we go over to G Falls, is that what it is? G Falls? That might work out alright. That'll keep us out of the MOA, and that'll keep us from crossing the military training route. It's kind of a zigzag. WestJet, hello my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to hear from you as well. Sorry that it's been a while since we've been able to fly. But our new hangar's coming along pretty decently, so that's always a plus. Okay, we're gonna get rid of this bath. Alright, I think that might work out alright. Because again, we don't want to enter the Tupper East MOA. We don't want to cross a military training route, so I'm kind of slicing these two of them here. Those two brown lines on the low IFR military training routes. So southeast to Jazzdow, and then to G Falls, and then to the Albany Vortac, and then over to Bradley. Will the Albany Vortac work with the particular arrival that we need to be on? Arrival. We want to be on the Stella 1. Okay, Albany is a good transition for that. And then figure runway 24. Well, I'm not even going to put a runway in there. They'll probably assign me one. I'm going to expect runway 24, which is kind of why getting us in, I bring us in the way that I am. $183 nautical miles. It's going to be a bit of a haul, but we don't have a terrible headwind this time, so that's definitely a plus. Now that we have our route kind of planned out, I am curious what sort of routes ForeFlight has. So 10,000 feet. Yeah, so that's gonna cross that. Let's see, jet, turboprop. Well, let's go with our route and see what happens. That's a long flight. That's alright. Let's go ahead and pack for this, and we'll do a weather briefing. I hope everyone's week has went well. And I do want to thank you all for coming in and hanging out with me for a little bit on a Friday evening as we try and go for Wings IFR-21 through Boston Virtual ARTCC. If you joined us recently, just real quick, VATSTAR, one of the authorized VATSIM ATOs, is shutting down at the end of December, surprisingly. So I'm going to have to seek out another ATO to finish and work on my P2 rating. Hopefully the Pilot Club will have their P2 program completed by the end of December. But time will tell on that. Alright, we're just about packed here. We will do a quick weather briefing. And we will double check ATC availability on the VATSIM network before we request our rating. Okay, we are all packed, ready to fly. One thing we did not discuss was altitude. I've got 7,000 feet kind of figured, but we're heading east, so yeah, we need kind of that oddish number. And I think 7,000 will probably get us there just fine. So let me go ahead and send this over to a flight. Let me make sure I'm on my right appropriate aircraft first. Okay, that looks better. I'm going to send this over to a flight. And that looks good there, looks good there. Let's go ahead and brief this thing. And it's going to contact the approved FAA weather sources and information sources and put together a full weather briefing and flight briefing for us. Looks like there is probable icing in the area. Moderate icing, topped out at 22,000. Started on the ground, huh? Good to know. We'll definitely have to keep that in mind. Definitely going to need to consider carb heat. Low turbulence. We're going to kind of skim through some of this stuff here. Surface analysis chart. It might have been a high pressure system that moved through the area recently. But I don't see any sort of major weather going on right now in that area. METARs, VFR, green, green, green. What kind of green along the way here? Everything sort of looks good there. In fact, I don't see any broken and or overcast layer whatsoever as I'm kind of looking through. So it might be pretty clear. View and view. Okay, cloud coverage. This is one chart I need to get a better understanding of to understand what it's telling me completely. Surface winds, visibility, and precipitation. This one's a bit more easier to understand. We have our wind direction. Kind of gives you a speed. It doesn't say it, but if you know what the bars and the short and long bars mean, it does kind of tell you what the wind speed is. Terminal area forecast, wind chart. So yeah, kind of a tailwind, not much. Okay, vertical cross-section chart. This is one that I kind of wanted to see here. The blue line, that's our flight line. That's our departure, cruise, and descent. The green is terrain. So it looks like we're going to be pretty clear terrain. And then we have, again, wind speed and temperatures there as well. Winds aloft, 45, 40, 37, 39. Kind of out of the west, so it's going to be a bit of a tailwind. Departure NOTAMs. This is a lot of real world information that we're going to kind of skip through here. Pretty much all the rest of the stuff is real world stuff. Okay. So weather-wise, we're going to be good to go. 100%, no doubt. Route-wise, I'm pretty certain we're going to be good to go. Worst case scenarios are going to tell me that the route's not valid, but I think we'll be alright. Let's go ahead and double check these test standards. Depart in an appropriate manner. Receives approval prior to conducting the vertical or visual climb over airport. Navigates on course without vectors. Files and flies the Stella number arrival correctly, which we've got in there, the Stella 1. Exits the runway on a taxiway that is consistent with desired parking. Okay, that's what we need to do next. I want to turn on my aeronautical overlay. That's going to give me a bit more information about Bradley. Runway 24. Signature. That's where I'm going to want to park. Let's see if our FAA document gives us any better. Okay, GA. Connecticut ANG. Okay. So can land long, exit Sierra, but that's the first taxiway anyway. Can land long, exit Delta 1. Then we'd almost have to back taxi. That's even further. Ideally, we'll get Sierra. Okay, I think that's it. I think we're good to go there. I think we can head to the plane. I filled her up previously, so that's done. We got full tanks in both wings. You and I on board with our gear. We're gonna have about 3 hours and 50 minutes of flight time. I like to land with at least an hour, so figure 2 hours and 50 minutes, and 4 flights factoring our flight time at an hour and 40 minutes. So I think we will be good fuel wise as well. Okay, let's head to the plane. I'll see you over there momentarily. And again, thanks for coming in and hanging out. I'll see you shortly. Alright, hello again everyone. Michael here with Felicity. I'm gonna stick my head out here and make sure that my audio is working properly. It has been a while. I do see the green bar moving, so it looks like we are doing alright. So my name is Michael. I'm gonna be your pilot today. I'm generally your pilot most days. So welcome aboard. As we discussed back in the FBO, we already fueled up, so let's move right along and initiate our walk around. And grab our checklist here so that we're prepared with that. Let's get our master on, get all of our lights on, get our flaps down. Okay, let's move right along here. Take a look at our baggage door. It is secure. Move and check our left rudder cable. It's nice and tight. Our elevator is free and correct. Our rudder's free and correct. Our beacon and anti-collision light are working. right rudder cable is tight and secure. VOR antennas are intact and in place. The right flap is nice and tight. Our right strobe light is working. We have green on the right, and our panel hinges on our right aileron are nice and good. The right main looks good there, and our front main looks good. Our strut looks good. I can fit my hand right there along the strut. Exhaust is secure. I don't see any sign of oil leaks sitting there underneath the cowling. Prop and spinner look good. It's nice and shiny today, actually. And running my hand along the cylinders there, I don't hear any sort of pitch changes to indicate a cracked cylinder, so I think we're good there. And we'll check our static source. It is free and clear. Our pitot tube is warm to the touch. Let's get this pitot heat off and get that load off. Take a look at our stall horn. That is working. Our taxi light and landing light are also working. So let's get these loads off. And we do have a strobe on the left with a red. So let me go ahead and get these loads off as well. Our left flap is nice and tight. Our left main looks good. Right fuel cap is installed and streamlined along with our left one. So that does complete our walk around. Let's go ahead and have a seat back in the aircraft here. Okay, that's done. That's done. Final walk around was good. Everything looked good there. Passenger brief. Seatbelts, real quick, they operate just like the seatbelt does in your car. Got a male portion here, it just snaps right into the female portion. When you hear the firm click, you know that seatbelt is secure. You release the seatbelt by pushing on the big orange button right in the middle of the buckle, and the seatbelt will pop itself free. There are two air vents, one in the upper left and one in the upper right of the airplane. They work on a ram air style system, so there's no on-off per se, but feel free to rotate them up or down or slide them in to prevent the airflow. However, I am going to recommend do not have them aimed directly at your face. The air rushing past the microphone can interfere with the intercom. The fire extinguisher is located directly behind us back here. It just snaps into the rear of this center console. It's a Type BC fire extinguisher, so it's enough to handle anything that we might encounter on the plane if that unfortunate event were to happen. The way this extinguisher works is you are to pull this pin here on the side, aim at the base of the fire, squeeze the handle, and sweep back and forth from side to side. There are two exits on the aircraft. There is an exit to the right and an exit to the left. You exit the plane the same way you got in, and the way these doors work, you just push out until the door opens, and to pull the door closed, you just grab that handle right there in the middle and pull it closed. When you hear the latch, you know that door is secure. And feel free to point out any sort of airplanes while we're up there in the sky flying about today. I do love hearing about other airplanes, especially when we're up in the sky, and you can tell me, hey, I see an airplane in the front, or I see an airplane off to my 3 o'clock. Whatever sort of nomenclature you prefer, that's fine with me, but I do love hearing about other airplanes and air traffic while we're up there. However, there may be a point where I need you to refrain from talking, and if that is the case, I'll just hold up one finger like that, just to indicate I need you to refrain from speaking for a minute, mostly because I'm talking to ATC and I need to hear what they're saying back to me. Do you have any questions about anything that we've gone over this evening before we get fired up here? Okay. Real quick, just want to make sure I am good to go. I currently don't have any illnesses. I'm not on any medications. It was a long day at work today, which is why I'm flying this evening, because it does sort of relieve some stress for me. I feel like I've got a positive altitude. Actually, I've got a 1,400 foot altitude. I feel like I've got a positive attitude. At least it's not a negative attitude. And fatigue and emotions, I think I'm good to go. Okay, let's go ahead and double check ATC coverage on VATSIM using the VATScope iOS app. And if we do see at least one Boston Center online, and I see two of them. So let's go ahead and sign on to VATSIM. I'll give it a moment for those frequencies to populate. Gonna connect as call sign November 8033 Foxtrot, we're type 172. And just so I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth between the ForeFlight and filing our flight plan, I am just going to transpose our flight plan over to this handwritten notepad here. Stella 1, so we've got Jazdu, G Falls, Albany, Stella 1, then Bradley. Okay. I wanted to look at the obstacle departure procedure for Saranac. Vertical climb over the airport. Runway 5923. Obtain ATC approval for VCLA when requesting IFR clearance. Climb and visual conditions to cross Adirondack Regional Airport at or above 4,000 before proceeding on course. It doesn't say how I can climb. Can I just spiral up? They want me to do it out and back. So, obtain ATC approval when requesting the IFR clearance. So we're going to request that with our cold call as well. Okay. So we would just tell them that we'd like a visual climb over the airport. And climate visual conditions at or above 4,000 before proceeding on course. That's runway 5, 9, and 23. What runway are we using today? 23 is best wind. 23. Okay. So we'll just have to make sure that we put that in our request. Okay. Let's get our bird started up. Passenger brief is done. Tech time we've got. Circuit breakers are all in. Alternate static air is in. And that completes our interior checklist. We're going to move right along to our startup checklist. Seat track, let me get scooted up so I can reach the flight controls and flight pedals. Okay, that feels good there. Alright. Avionics are off. Our autopilot's off. Carpet is off. Mixture's going to go to full rich. Throttle's light. It's been about 10 days or so since we've flown, so I'm probably going to go ahead and get 3 or 4 in the primer. 1, 2, 3, 4. Primer is in and locked. Okay, brakes are on. Clear prop. It's clear on the left, other than that fuel truck. Clear on the right, clear front. Okay, make sure he isn't gonna try and drive right in front of me like they usually do. Alright, let's do this. Alright, clear. Max to start, here we go. By the way, I'm looking for oil pressure and RPM. 1, 2. Oh, yep. Let's get this master switch on. Yep, that'll do it. Master's on, beacon's on. Now we're going max to start. Here we go, clear. Alright, we do have engine RPM and we do have oil pressure. I'm going to go ahead and lean us out just a little bit while we're here on the ground. Current outside temperature is 7 degrees. It's ambient temperature right now, Celsius. That does correspond, match up there, so that's true. Okay. Oil pressure, yep, let's get our taxi light on so that we can be seen here. And okay, that does complete our startup checklist. So let's move right along to our flight plan. Let's get that filed while we are waiting on our oil temperature to warm up. So I'm going to hop over to have it saved here. The flight plan filing page for VATSIM. Okay. Call sign November 8033 Foxtrot. Type IFR-172. Lightweight category, we do have GPS on board, so we are Slant Golf, we are Sierra Lima Kilo to Bradley. Not worrying about an alternate today. Off block time, we're gonna go 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's say 0040. Altitude 7,000. Airspeed, I'm hoping for 120. And 110 knots, 120 miles per hour, so let's say 110 knots. Alternate, let's go ahead and pick an alternate just in case. What do we got by Bradley that would have an approach? HFD to Delta, Kilo, Hotel, Foxtrot, Delta. En route time was about an hour 45. Fuel endurance, I'd say we have about 3 hours and 40 minutes currently. And just do. G Falls, Albany, Stella. Does that look like a good route? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any other way to really avoid crossing over that military training route. So, yep, let's just run with it, see what happens. Okay, route looks good. Remarks, I like to put the channel name. Then wings, IFR IFR-21. Thank you. Okay, flight plan is filed. What do we have ATC wise? Oh wow, we have a lot of people online. Okay, let's break this down here. One, 2, 3.750. One, 2, 3.750. Then Boston Center 1. Boston Center 2 is 133.450. A lot of centers online. Okay, flight plan is filed. Let's get our flaps up. I'll get my seatbelt on momentarily. Let's get avionics on. And see if we can grab some weather information. And I don't know where my GPS window is. It's weird. Interesting, I don't see. Let's see. Yeah, for some reason my GPS window is dead. Okay, I'm gonna have to debug this real quick. Bear with me just a second. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to because it's completely gonna mess up the X-plane displays if I try and fix this while X-plane is running. Okay, it looks like we've got power, so I gotta check the display cable. I'll be right back, I apologize. Alright, I do want to apologize about that disruption there. So it's been about 10 days since we've flown and things got jarred. So I do need to real quickly confirm. Okay, there it is. And crap, I bumped my network cable. I'll be right back. Now I think we're good. I have to re-terminate that cable. The little tab that keeps the connector locked into place is broken, so if I'm not careful, that cable pulls out the back of the PC and then I lose internet connection, and I just haven't patched a new cable yet because I'm getting ready to move this whole thing. So let's go ahead and resume our last flight, and that should load us back up right where we were. And we're going to expedite our startup to kind of get right back to where we were. Our flight plan is already filed. It should stay on the network. Alright. There we go. Drag that over to that. Maximize that. Okay. GPS. Let's bring these back down for now. Okay. It's good there. It's good there. Reconnect our flight controls. Alright. Expediting startup. Master beacon. Make sure to reach clear prop. And max to start. Here we go. Okay, we do have engine rotation, RPM's alive, oil pressure's in the green, oil temperature's coming up. Let's get our taxi light on so that we can be seen. And let's get our avionics on. That's right where we were. Okay, GPS is alive. That's what I wanted to see. Flaps are up, avionics. ATIS, let's grab some weather information. I'm gonna do that by pushing this button right here.
Kilo, Sierra, Lima, Kilo, airport information, Charlie, 0051, Zulu, weather, wind, 253 at 3, visibility, 10, sky clear, temperature, 8, 2.6, altimeter, 3016, advise on initial contact, you have information, Charlie.
Alright. Charlie is irrelevant currently.
Kilo.
But we do have the numbers. Altimeter 3016. I'll show us, what is that, around 1620. Field elevation here. 1663. Saranac. Okay, I think we're got about everything we need to get going here. Boston Center 123.750. And 23750 sounds kind of quiet. What else we got here? Avionics are on. ATIS, we got that. Altimeter is set. Transponder, let's get that on. Altimeter mode. A heading indicator to compass. Drifted quite a bit since we've flown.
Boston Center, American 332, heavy, climbing to 8,900 for 14,000.
American 332, Boston Center, climb maintain by level 380.
Climb maintain flight level 380, American 332.
I've never talked to this controller before, so I'm not gonna cold call him. Got a lot to say. Anything else? Are we missing anything? ADS-B is tied into our nav lights. Let's get those on. Radios will test momentarily. Taxi lights on. Okay. Let's get our seatbelt on. And that completes our pre-taxi checklist. Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot.
Alright, 033 Foxtrot, Boston Center.
Good evening, sir. We're on the ground here at Saranac with the numbers and hoping for wings IFR-21, IFR to Bradley, and we would like the visual climb of the airport if possible.
33 Foxtrot, on our coast center.
Full tanks, that's reading and true.
Alaska 49, cross crank at 7,000, Newark altimeter 3036.
Crank at 7,000, Alaska 49, roger.
363, contact New York Center now, 125.32.
Delta 67, find the Helen 6 departure Pablo 40.
Was it Delta 67? You stepped on somebody else.
Yes, Delta 67.
And what'd you say?
I'm flying the Helen 6 departure Pablo 40.
Okay, are you supposed to be at departure on 133.0?
He told me to contact the other center because I think I contacted the wrong one.
Stand by.
Stand by.
'67, you should be with Boston approach on 118.25.
Roger, thank you for correcting me.
Zero 33 Foxtrot, Boston.
Boston Center, November 033 Foxtrot, go ahead.
33 Foxtrot, just confirm, did you state your intentions were to depart VFR from Saranac?
Yeah, we can do the visual climb of the airport if able, November 033 Foxtrot.
33 Foxtrot, per this question, do you want to pick up IFR on the ground or in the air?
We'll go and grab it here on the ground, that's just fine.
Zero 33 Foxtrot, roger, you're cleared to Bradley International Airport as filed. And maintain 7,000 departure frequency. This frequency, squawk 4716.
Clear the Bradley Airport as filed. Fly 7,000 departures with you. Squawk 4716. November 33 Foxtrot.
2 Foxtrot, Rebecca correct, and hope for release of us. Actually, so you were departing VFR. You want to call airborne?
Yeah, we'll head over to Unicom and we'll talk to you soon. November 8033 Foxtrot, and we'll talk to you when in controlled airspace.
I'm good, sir.
Boston 202 Lima X-ray, level 250.
202 Lima.
Alright. We were not told to hold for release. I think he started to say it, and then he... Either way, we're going to talk to him in the air. 4716 and our transponder. We're on the departure frequencies 123.75, but we just switched over from M. Stein. Hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Long time, it seems like at least 10 days. So I approved wings IFR-21 over to Bradley from Adirondack. Yeah. Alright, so we're approved to fly. We got the visual climb over the airport. So we're crossing back over at or above 4,000 feet, currently at 1,640 or so. And I decided that runway 27 was going to be, or 23, is that what I decided? No, 27 was going to be our best option. Is that right? No, 23. Because we needed to fly... We need to fly the, Pico ODP here. Runway 23. Okay, so we did obtain our approval. Climate visual conditions to cross at or above 4,000. So it doesn't specify how we need to climb, because we're climbing in VFR. Downwind Sim, hello, how you doing? Welcome on in. We just got approved to try and shoot for wings IFR-21 through Boston Virtual. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Parking brake off. Let's do a manual brake test. Brakes are good. We got this fuel truck gonna be rude and cross right in front of us. Okay, here we go. We want runway 20. Seriously. I'm not a fan of a lot of ground traffic at airports, but that's just me. I wonder if this taxiway Bravo is actually modeled here. Guess we'll find out. Lighting in the moony tonight. Nice. Saranac, November 033, traffic November 033, Foxtrot is on the ground and gonna taxi to runway 23 via Bravo and Alpha Saranac. Saranac, traffic November 033, Foxtrot is crossing runway 27 Saranac.
Approaching runway 27. Entered runway 27, 3,800 feet remaining.
Creating the ambient, nice. Downwind Sim does a lot of great airport development type stuff, a lot of neat improvements for existing type things. Does great scenery work for X-Plane. And a good friend of mine. So please go follow his channel. He does a lot of streaming in VR. Okay. I bet this used to be a runway here. He does. He makes a great best in the business. Downwind Sim, I am attempting to pursue the wings bus, the IFR-21, number 21 rating from Boston Virtual ARTCC. It's their pilot training program. So we're on an IFR route from Saranac to Bradley. Speaking of, let me get this route plugged in. Alright, so we're heading to Bradley International. G Falls. going to Albany. And then we're on the Stella 1 to Bradley. So winds are at a 253, it's about where we're pointing right now. Let's go ahead and do a run up. Brakes are on, our fuel is on both, the trim is set for takeoff. Flight controls down on the right, up on the left, down on the left, up on the right. Elevator and rudder are true and responsive. Okay, primer is in and locked, mixture's in for best power, and 1600, here we go. Left mag, there's a drop. Right mag, there's a drop. Let's get our carpet on. We got an RPM increase. How about that? What's that tell us already? We're already starting to ice up. Okay, get our carpet off. Carpet on. Okay, there's a drop. Alright, let's bring our power back. Bring our power back. Make sure we're still running. Okay, we're running full idle with carb heat on. And downwind sim is very possible. Okay, carb heat off. However, icing is a very real thing in X-Plane 12. Okay, run-up checklist looked good. Everything was in the green. Debating if I should step out real quick and use the restroom before we hit the air. I probably should, and I apologize for needing to do so, but better to do so now. Well, that's very possible about the temperatures, but one thing I did notice when I put the carb heat on is that my RPM actually increased. So by increasing with carb heat, that's telling me I was starting to ice up, and then the RPMs increased and then smoothed out just a bit. Okay, let's lean out just a little bit. I'm going to set the parking brake. I don't see any traffic behind us, and I will be right back. 100. Okay. Runway 23. Wind sun pointing that way, so it looks like a good decision to me. Parking brakes going off. Clear in the right. Saranac traffic, November 8032 Foxtrot is taking runway 23, straight out Saranac.
Approaching runway 23. Entered runway 23, 6,500 feet remaining.
Mixture's going full rich. Strobes going on. And here we go, full power, we're on center line. Rudder to maintain center. Airspeed's coming up. Alright, let's rotate, let it fly. Positive rate, stay over the runway. And we are approved for visual climb out to 4,000. Well, it's weird, like runway callouts will be one voice, weather callouts will be a different voice. You know, it could be male, it could be female.
About 7, how long?
20 minutes.
It has remained this frequency.
Roger.
I could do 10.
Nah, negative, it's fine.
627, contact Cleveland Center, 134.12.
134.12, Delta 627, thank you. Have a good night.
Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot is 3,000 feet, climbing 4,000 over Saranac.
33 Foxtrot, Boston Center, right in.
Identing November 33 Foxtrot.
Foxtrot, radar contact, position as reported. Climb maintain 7,000 when able, direct JATSU.
Climb maintain 7,000 when able, direct JATSU, November 33 Foxtrot. Course 152.
From 725 to Son of House discretion, maintain by level 240. Discretion, gas 240, 75.
Alright, so we're climbing up to 7,000. Heading 152. And we're heading to Jazz Do.
Yeah, 6109, when able, clear direct J fund, rest remains unchanged. Clear direct J fund, just same shit, 6109.
Boston Center, Delta 67, I gotta take a quick leak. 1 second.
That's great.
67, say again?
I have to take a leak.
Okay, I told you 10 minutes was fine. Are you not able to take a leak in 10 minutes?
No, I'm just saying for like, I don't know, like 30 seconds.
Oh,
Okay, so, yep, approved as requested, sir, and advise back up frequency.
Roger.
oh boy. Too funny. No shame whatsoever. That guy. Alright, 5,000 feet, we're climbing 7,000 feet. What's on our climb checklist? Power mixture instruments. Okay, let's go ahead and get that on there, that light there. Well, full disclosure, in the real world, in the real airplane, I do carry a Gatorade bottle for that unfortunate circumstance, should that time come. However, I'm also not live streaming. And if I happen to be recording the flight at the time, then it's getting paused for that duration.
Center, hello, 1686 with you, 250 for 270.
Boston Center, roger. United 1686, climb maintain level 310.
Maintain 310, 1686.
American 332, contact New York Center on, correction, New York Center on 132.17.
Over to New York Center, 13217, American 332, see ya.
Julie Max, expect ILS runway 16 approach, repeat altimeter 3028. 3028, ILS runway 16, or 202 Max.
Sure, don't
Max,
pretend.
maintain 9,000, turn left heading 350, vector final approach course.
How are you, my friend? It has been a long time.
350 down to 9,000, or 202 the Max.
Doing well. I'm working on the IFR-21 rating from Boston Virtual.
Boston Center, good evening,
VARTCC. Been doing some real world flying in the interim to stay current. Pleasure to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Currently in the process of building a new hangar for Felicity here.
Boston Center, CM 260, Papa Golf 9.5, climbing 14, 14,000. 60 Papa Golf, Boston Center, climb maintain flight level 230. Maintain flight level 230, 260, Papa Golf. Yeah, 6109 Boston, you still at touch forward speed? 8 for mid forward speed, 6109. 6109, roger, descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 22 left, Boston altimeter 3031, delete speed restrictions. Descend the J-Fund arrival, expect 22 left, and delete speed restrictions, 6109, 6.
Absolutely, I do post them as I get them. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out on the YouTube channel for the real world videos.
Denver 6209.
And thank you for the resubscription. Your continued support of the channel does mean a lot to me. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. I do hope you're doing well up there. I'm gonna have to fly up and pay you a visit maybe sometime. flying the Merc up there. Alright, here we are, 7,000 feet. Let's go ahead and level off here. Ground speed 120, woohoo! Indicating 115 miles per hour. Well, that's in knots.
25 in transition, maintain 270 knots or less. Transition, maintain 270 less, okay?
Yep, so we got that tailwind for sure. Stein sees a lot of familiar waypoints on my route. I'm sure you do. You tool around in this neck of the woods too, especially here lately as you're making your way through some of the readings and living in the area.
60 Papa Golf, climbing to level 430. Up to flight level 430 over 260 Papa Golf, thanks.
Alright, yep, I think 7,000 will be just fine. I think that'll get us over this terrain.
Hello, so climbing flight on 140, direct to Juliet Alpha, Inter Tango Echo, passing 250 knots. 295 Boston Center, climb maintain for level 230. Never maintain level through 30 and Juliet 295. 1108, contact Boston Center, 133.45. 3345, Walker 1108, good night.
It is awfully pretty out here. Ohio's flat.
Jet 447, contact Cleveland Center, 134.12.
I don't see a whole lot of mountains unless I head southeast Ohio.
Qantas 91, contact New York Center, 132.17. 132.17,
Alright, what's on our cruise checklist? So stay aware here. Power, mixture, and instruments. How we looking? Power is good. Mixture, we're leaned out for max RPM. Yeah, I bet it was just really, really pretty driving through these mountains.
Center, United 6, do you want to maintain this at 240 or start descent again? 725, so you were told to descend via... Roger, descend via 75. Yeah, 725 is descend via the J-Fund 2, runway 22 left, and sir, in transition, maintain 270 knots or less. So the J-Fund 2, 22 left, and then 270 on the transition, so that. And JetBlue 2 knots 5, here we request 5 minutes and standby second value. 6109, contact Boston approach 118.25.
Let's look at this,
1825, thanks for 619.
Stella 1 arrival.
Vacant second, JetBlue 295. Yeah, correction, now it's 725, It could be too high at this point, sir, unfortunately. Let's get you around real quick here. Turn left heading 360. Expedite descent to Sun maintain 14,000. 360 on the heading, and what's the altitude again? 720, tell you what, 15,000. That's okay. It's 295, or request 5 minutes on standby. It's JetBlue 295, negative, remain at 350.
Alright, we're coming in from Albany.
295, climb maintain for level 360. And climb for level 360, JetBlue 295.
From over Albany, Vortac via Albany, radio 147 to Canaan intersection. Radio 147.
To be clear, guys, in the middle of controlling aircraft, the last thing I want to hear is 10 requests to step out of the cockpit. Here's doing 2 Lima X-ray, apologize for the delay, turn left turn heading 170. I'll get you back around here. Left to 170, no worries, over to 2 Lima X-ray.
United Zero, can we now step out of the cockpit?
That's what? That's, let's see, Bradley and from over Canaan via Albany radio 147 to Tone.
Good evening, KLM 652 Heavy, flight level 370 in Dartmouth Heavy.
652 Boston Center.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like somebody might be a little bit something. I can't imagine some of the frustrations that some of these controllers have to go through.
725, continue left heading 250. Continue left 250.
I do have to applaud them. Clearance all the way up to en route.
2 Lima X-ray to maintain 3000. Maintain 2000, 2 Lima X-ray.
So the arrival looks pretty
Join the runway 16 localizer. We'll try the runway 16 localizer, runway 202 Lima X-ray.
Canada 880, requesting a break from cockpit for 10 minutes.
Canada 880, that is denied. Canada 880, contact Boston Center now 133.45, make your request with him.
33.45, Canada 880, have a very good day.
132, contact the center 133.45. What did you repeat again? 132 to center on 133.45.
130.45, that 132.
Alright, we're 26 miles from Jazz Due. I do have the navigator flying the plane right now.
X-ray, you think you make it down to, I think I did 2,000, down to 2,000 at Putty?
She has us holding us at altitude
2,000 at Putty, I can do that.
and on the approach,
Roger, Roger,
or on the
above 2,000, clear out,
navigation
left
course.
16 approach. Clear above 2,000, clear out, runway 16 approach, over 2,000 X-ray.
1686, ascended to Burlington, please.
1686, descend of house discretion, maintain 11,000, the Burlington Alto to 3011.
1000, 1686. Evening, Boston Center, November 13, Papa, VFR request.
3 November Papa, Boston Center.
So, November Papa is looking at departing VFR Nashua for wings, VFR.
Okay, let me know which wings it is, sir.
Sorry, wings VFR 6.
Okay, stand by.
So we do have an RNAV approach into runway 15, which is preferred runway right now due to the current winds at Bradley.
So that's almost like a straight in shot coming from the Albany vortex. Because we're off the radio 147 from Albany. That is essentially straight in. So we can consider doing that. Take a look right now, runway 15 is best wind. Weather right now, 150 at 6. So let's anticipate that. Procedure, approach. See, flight plan, procedure, approach. RNAV, runway 15. Vectors to final.
725, turn left heading 140.
That's 140, stand by. Center 1686, clear direct dive.
1686, direct where?
Sierra Tango Alpha Echo Vector.
Crew disconnected.
1686.
Guessing that means you want the ILS to 15.
1686.
Yeah, 725, when able clear direct J-Fund, rest remains unchanged. Descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 22 left, altimeter 3031.
J-Fund, 130, J-Fund down, J-Fund 2, 22 left, is up back.
Alright, well
Attention all aircraft.
725 is,
3020.
resume normal speed, so just comply with the published speed restrictions.
we're about 20 nautical miles out from Jasdu. Then we'll make a turn
16 cleared to land.
at the G-Falls.
Boston Center here, 652, let's just step up to the for,
Looks like we made it over the mountains, alright.
1652, absolutely not, sir. Remain as frequency.
Okay. Any chance we can get 20?
Negative, you gotta check with the next controller.
Okay. Descend, Turkish turn on the mic.
Could you turn on the mic second?
Request to descend, Turkish turn on the mic.
Okay, tune on the mic, descend house discussion, maintain flight level 240.
Okay, flight level 240 to Turkish turn on the mic.
Alright, DOSEB is below 6,000 and at or above 3,500. DOSEB. Which is five, 8.2, 8.8. So DOSEB, let's see, initial approach fix 11 miles out from the runway. Field elevation is 173 feet. Oh no.
725 cleared in autumn.
Alright, I'll descend back.
Field elevation is 173 feet.
Contact Boston approach 18.25.
So let's just, for math, let's just say 500, and we're at 7,000 feet, so we would need to lose about 6,500 feet. So when would we want to make our top of descent? Figure 500 feet per minute. So 13 minutes out.
13 November Papa, the wings VFR-6 is approved. Just advise are you ready to departure? 3 November Papa, you're looking for departure present position?
Target altitude.
3 November Papa, departure for present position is at your own risk. Wind is...
Let's just say...
variable at 3.
200 feet
Attention, all
MSL.
aircraft. Altimeter 3021.
Target position, 0 nautical miles before... So what do we want to put in here? We want to be... So if we want to be at... Let's just say I want to be at 3,500. So my target altitude is 3,500 feet. And that's, let's just say 11 nautical miles before Bradley. Huh. Interesting. So right now, I'm assuming if it says... Oh. Wrong one. Huh, interesting. Well, school is telling me right now to get to 3,500 feet, 11 miles before BDL at 500 feet per minute. Is that right? We would need to descend at 58 feet per minute starting now. I think I did that right. Target altitude 3,500 feet MSL. And we're in some stuff right now. Navigator has the plane. She's got us flying 7,000 feet. We're on course. Yeah, that's the only stuff I can put in. So, yeah. Alright.
Center, good evening, Sun 1924,
We'll come back to that.
50115 to 1,000.
Alright, we're...
1924, Boston Center, climbing tape at level 360.
Business 330, that's 1924.
We are 4 miles out from Jazdu, which is our first waypoint.
13 November Papa, frequency change approved, have a safe flight.
We're good. Tabletop Android, thank you so much for your resubscription to the channel. 4 months in a row, greatly appreciate it, Mark. I hope you are doing well, my friend. We are currently on the IFR-21 rating right now. I know that you're currently working up through Boston Virtual's ratings yourselves. So welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Ground speed right now 133 knots, so indicating 120 miles per hour. Definitely got some tailwind pushing us.
1686, did you want the full approach?
By full approach, you mean from standing or staves?
As in, did you want the procedure turn or did you want it vector?
We can take vector 1686.
Confirm it, because you asked for direct the initial there. That's fine, expect that section's final.
Expect vectors to final 1686, thanks.
So I've been drinking entirely way too much water today, so if I have to go to the restroom again, trust me, I'm not gonna ask. And we're just gonna step out and hope for the best. Alright.
Boston Center, United 1870, checking info 350 over Rochester.
Direct to 215.
I'm 652, contact Boston Center 133.45.
215.
133.45, you're on 652.
United 1870, con.
Confirm, we're about 50 miles south of Syracuse.
This weather's no bueno right now.
1870.
I didn't even see this.
Center
Like, it was
contact
VFR.
Squawk 0023.
Well, so we're just in this cloud, in a cloud layer here.
0023, United 1870.
Turkish 29 might cross crank at 7,000. The Newark altimeter is 3035.
Which baseline, Turkish 29 mic?
Crank.
Cross crank and altitude 7,000, Turkish 29 mic.
Alright, we lost some of that speed now. We made this turn back kind of into the windish. Before we were having a bit of a tailwind, now we're going to have a bit of a headwind.
Kilo Golf Foxtrot Lima Airport information Delta 0053 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 sky condition 6,000 scatter ceiling 7,000 overcast temperature 8 dew.6 altimeter 3023 advise on initial contact that you have information Delta
7,000 overcast. How about
Kilo
that?
Golf.
Well, that's
Got
what
1686,
we're at.
4,000.
4,1686.
We'd have to go up to 9,000 to get above it. I do enjoy the X-Plane 12 rain effects. Alright, 17.9 miles out from G Falls, which is our next waypoint. And then from there, we're heading to the Albany Vortex.
Got 1686 at 4,000, reduce speed to 210.
At 4,210, 1686.
It looks like we lost our four-flight overlay. We go reset that real quick. The navigator has the plane. Won't take me long.
JetBlue 295, contact New York Center 132.17.
Contact 132.7, JetBlue 295.
32.17. 32.17.
132.17, JetBlue 295, over.
032 Foxtrot, guns, falls, altimeter 3019.
Center 1686, we're still on LMAP, following the approach, so didn't know if you wanted to give a padding.
1686, affirmative fighting 040 vectors through the localizer. Again, 040 vectors through the localizer for descent to Summit K2000.
40 2000, 1686.
86, actually, I'm in that maintain 2500.
At the top end, 1686.
Alright, sorry about that.
Boss Center, good evening. United 650 on the ground at Bradley, clearance the Dulles.
Just in time. So I'm hoping that once everything is relocated and all the computers have their own dedicated connection
Boston Center, request standby.
to the network switch as opposed to one switch off of another switch, it'll prevent a lot of my dropouts. Because it seems like ForeFlight will inadvertently, I don't know if it's ForeFlight or my tablet itself, it'll drop the IP and then pick it back up again.
Years as filed, maintain 4000, departures as frequencies, clock 2415, 2415. United 650 clear, be the Bradley 6, departure, Veers as filed 4000, and squawk 2415, departure.
Good one, tabletop Android. Yep, that's what it was, it was all the ring.
650, reback is correct, it's runway 15 for departure, close taxi. Just for 24, United 650.
Alright, 10 miles out from our next waypoint.
United 650. At 1870, descend the pilot's discretion, maintain for level 240.
I don't think I've ever seen so many centers
1686, left
online
hand,
before.
220.
Dreamnote, hello!
1686.
Hope you're doing well.
Good evening, Center.
Happy Friday.
With you, flight level 350.
27 Boston Center, roger.
We're on our wings IFR-21 rating right now. I'd like to say we're almost halfway there. We were making pretty good ground speed with a bit of a tailwind. Now we've got that, since we had to kind of turn, we've got that tailwind has since become a headwind.
5790 Boston Center, 150.
F300 1870.
Alright, 7.5 miles until we get to our next waypoint of G Falls, and then from there we are directed to the Albany VARTCC.
Boston Center, Delta 1383, passing 18,000 for 310. 1383 Boston Center, climbing table level 310. 10 Delta 1383. Boston Center, hello, Delta 5790, flight level 350. 5790 Boston Center, roger.
Right now the navigator does have the plane still, keeping us level right around 7,000 feet on the approach for the, I won't say the approach course, but on our GPS course here. We'll go ahead and take the plane back. Give me back my plane to have positive control. Alright, positive control, sure do. And then just to kind of stay situationally ahead, I'll put the Albany Vortex in nav2. We're 41 DME from it. And the Albany Vortex is going to be our next fix after we get to G-Falls.
Delta 1383, radar contact, velocity 0147 Zulu. Boston United 650, Bradley up 21, ready for push. 650, push is approved, and call for taxi. Taxi, United 650. Turn left heading 180, join runway 15, localizer.
180, joining the 15 localizer, 1686.
1686, 5 miles from Foes, flighting 180, maintain 2,500, still established, cleared ILS, runway 16 at the back, cushion 15 approach.
Alright, 2 miles out now.
Cleared ILS, 15 approach, 1686.
Boston Center, Delta 2219, flight level 370. 2219 Boston Center, welcome, confirm you're maintaining Mach 0.80. Confirm, I marked up, okay. Better.
Okay, how are we looking here? We're less than 1 mile away from G-Falls, which is the next waypoint. And then we're going to get ready to change course here in just a second, I'm sure. It's going to tell me to maybe turn heading 206.
Correct, 7 requesting climb to flight level 390. 27 climb, maintain level 390. 390, emergency 7.
Zero
1686, runway 15, clear to land.
Clear to land, 15, 1686.
Okay, now we're direct to the Albany Vortex.
Center, Delta
36 DME.
2219, Boston, good. Conversion wait for about 10 minutes. Delta 2219, no greater than 10, 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you. We'll let you know when we're back.
Gotta put a bit of a crab in to keep this heading. This wind.
Contact, Boston Center 133.45.
133.45, thank you. Boston United 6 taxi.
Yeah, 650 runway 24 taxi, Sierra and Charlie, cross runway 23.
Sierra Charlie, cross 33 to 10-4, United 650.
29 Mike, contact New York approach on 128.55.
128.55, Turkish control, and Mike, thanks for just say good night.
Alright. Let's see here. Stella.
1870 descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 22 left, Boston altimeter 3031.
Jason, the J-Fund 222 left, United 1870.
Center 1870, 1686 is clear, right around the 15.
United 1686, welcome to Burlington, and cross runway 1, straight into parking.
21 straight into parking, thanks for the warm welcome, 1686.
Here.
Any rear world flights coming up?
The 5790 cleared as Monster.
Yeah,
Direct Monster, Delta 5790.
I'm planning a Delta day. Gonna be hopping from Morrow County down to OSU to Bolton and back up to OSU. Inside the box, hello, welcome aboard.
Delta 5790, descent of house discretion maintained by level 240.
My name is Michael.
Discretion to 240, Delta 5790.
I am your pilot today. Yeah, so, I guess legally it's okay. But the owner of one of the... Anyway, I've been entitled to a couple of hours of rental time. Roberto Lucasm, I hope I pronounced that right. Welcome aboard. Thank you for the follow. My name is Michael. I'll be your pilot. We're in the Boston Virtual Wings IFR-21 rating currently. Anyway, I was gifted a couple hours to rent the plane by the owner of the plane, since he's not going with me. gonna rephrase that. I did some work for the owner of the plane. He compensated me some money for the labor that I paid, so I'm compensating him to rent the plane. 100% I'm paying for. Okay, Albany board check, 26.8 DME.
132.17.
132.17, that's a 1934.
It was essentially a barter, I guess. I don't know if legally I can barter for airplane rental
33
time.
Foxtrot, Albany, altimeter 3023.
023, 33 Foxtrot. But to keep things legal, I charged him for the labor I did, and then I'm paying him to rent the plane, so. But yeah, I want to hit up OSU, I want to fly into OSU and then proceed south to Bolton and then head back home.
221900.
Yeah.
Bus is PM 260 Papa Golf. Did I miss a handoff? Yes, we just get it now. Contact New York Center on 132.17. 132.17 or 260 Papa Golf. Thanks for service. So long.
Yep, I agree. I agree. Snow sometimes makes it difficult to fly.
United 650 will be ready at 2-4. Runway 24, clear for takeoff. Second at 24, United 650.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 3022.
.022, that's what I've got in there.
D70 contact spots on approach 118.25.
Approach 118.25, United 1870, get it?
Out of 5790, descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 22 left, spots south at 3031.
I descend via the J-Fund 2, runway 22 left, and the altimeter 3041, Delta 5790.
Boston, anything maximum 4095 to 22.3, coming 1485 Boston Center Road. 2219, descend pilot's discretion, maintain by level 240.
Descend pilot's discretion, maintain by level 240, 22.
I'm counting 1, 2, 3 circular tracks down there. Is that a college?
Boston Center, good evening. United 435 with you. Hello 300 for 270. 435 Boston Center, roger.
Saratoga Race Course.
Boston United 650 is 2.8, climbing 4,000.
Saratoga Raceway. Interesting.
Radar contact, climbing team 10,000. 10,000 United 650. At 435, cross Hancock at or below 5 level 190. At or below 190 for United 435.
Boston Center, JetBlue 1348, flight level 340, about 50 miles to the southwest of Hampton. Hello.
Blue 1348, Boston Center. Can you call the other sector 133.45, please?
Not a problem. We'll switch now. JetBlue 1348.
650, right direct gears on course. Direct gears, United 650. Disregard. .650, climb maintain for level 280. I'm maintain 280, United 650.
Alright, situational awareness. What's on our cruise checklist? Power, mixture, instruments. How are we looking? Power's looking good. Mixture, we're leaned out for 7,000 feet. Instruments, other than our wacky oil temperature, which I'm not sure if that's an instrumentation issue or something, but everything else is looking good. And we are now 14 DME, 14 miles out from the Albany vortex, 14.0 DME, making a ground speed of 101 knots, which we're indicating 110 miles per hour.
21 heavy, 8,500, climbing 14,000, direct laser.
110
91 Boston Center, climb maintain, flight level 230.
miles per hour.
230, EPS 91.
Is actually 95 knots, so we're getting pushed a little bit now. We're going to get a bit more of a push once we make this turn back to the left to head back east. Then we'll get that tailwind again. Once again, I do want to thank everyone for coming in and hanging out this evening as we try and achieve Wings IFR-21.
Boston Center, United 435, second intersection to cross at flight level 190. 435 second. Second intersection to cross at flight level 190 for United 435. The Hancock VOR, Hotel November Kilo. Good. Thank you. Got a 2219, say indicate airspeed in transition.
We're 290 right now, Douglas 290.
2219, maintain 270 knots or less.
Alright, we'll maintain 270 or less up to 22.
Now 10 miles out from the Albany Vortex.
Cleared at Gandhi. Gandhi, United 650.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 3024.
024.
2219, correction, Delta 2219. Descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, runway 22 left, Boston altimeter 3031. Resume the published speeds and seats.
Alright, we'll descend via the J-Fund 2 arrival, 22 left, 3031, and we'll resume normal, our posted speeds on the switch here.
2219, don't resume the published speeds until the seats intersection, please.
And we will resume public speeds at the seats, no, 2219.
S91, climb maintain for level 300.
Level 300, ETS 91.
We can do that. Runway 15, we could possibly request a short landing to exit Delta to get straight over to Signature. I think I like that idea. See how far of course I got by looking at down at the thing instead of looking at where I needed to be going. Alright, 5.8 miles from Albany at Vortex. Downwind Sim coming there with a Star Wars reference. Gotta love it. Alright, so I'm gonna expect a heading of 147? Radio 147, yep, 147 outbound. 2.8 DME from Albany. I've already got our VOR-2 switched for the outbound course on the 147 radio from
5790, contact Boston approach 118.25.
the Albany vortex.
118.25, got a 5790, thanks.
So here soon we're going to be turning back east and getting some of that tailwind again. Let's double check our heading indicator to compass while we're sitting here thinking about it. It's amazing how quick that thing drifts. Left turn to 147. Heading 147. In 5 seconds. Now 147. Standard rate. Roll out. .21 miles to Canaan.
Got a 2219, contact Boston approach 118.25.
Going to approach 118.25, those switch 18 today.
And it's starting to rain again.
Boston Center, getting Southwest 931, passing through 10,000 for 14,000.
Alright, so we're
931 Boston Center, climbing table level 340.
on the arrival.
Maintain 340, Southwest 931.
Alright, I need to step out one last time. This will be the last time, I'm sure. Okay, navigator has a plane holding us 7,000 feet. We're on the arrival outbound from the Albany vortex, inbound to Canaan. Our initial fix is Dosep. Alright, be right back.
435, cross crank at 7,000, Newark altimeter is 3034. Pacific cross crank 7,000 for United 434. Contact New York Center 125.32. 2532 United 650, good night.
Uh-oh, did I miss a call? Alright, great. Unless... Were you owing that downwind sim gave you the plane? Come on. I know I'm in good hands with you, both of you. Need to get wireless headphones. That would be interesting, for sure. Alright. We didn't miss a call, so that's a plus.
Boston Center, Riptide 12 is 9,000 for 10.
You have to get one for VATSIM controlling, that makes sense. I do have a set of wireless headphones. It's a set of Corsair. They're decent headphones.
Riptide 12 is 10,000.
But they don't plug into my fancy little GA headset thing that I have. So that's why I don't use them.
30 for Riptide 12.
Okay, so I think I'm understanding how this is working. We have our target altitude. This is where we want to be.
Riptide 12, man, maintain level 320 for traffic.
In either MSL
320 for traffic for
or
Riptide 12.
AGL. Target position, this is distance before, I've got it in, distance before a certain fix. In this case it's TOMES, T-O-M-E-S, which is the last point, essentially, before our initial approach fix. If I want to descend at 500 feet per minute at my vertical speed profile, it's telling me right now that my vertical speed, VSR, I don't know what the R stands for, but right now I'm assuming that since this is counting incrementally, when it gets to the minus 500 is when I need to, vertical speed required, okay. It's when I would need to begin my descent, I would imagine. Yes, okay, vertical speed required.
Boston Center, good evening, Delta 120.
Alright, good to know.
Down to 120, was it?
When I have 5B7 directly north, he'll wave at me. Yeah, I know he lives out that way.
Back calling Boston Center, second.
Well, I'm sign out, wave back, I appreciate it.
And 435, contact New York approach 128.55.
128.55, United 435. Center, good evening, Delta 120.
Number 120, Boston Center, altitude.
Attention all aircraft. Altimeter 3026.
Taking for Southwest 931.
That's for Delta 120, say altitude.
Set level 180.
120, thanks, climb maintain for level 390.
I'm at enter 900, Delta 120.
right now it's saying that we would need almost minus 300 feet per minute. So if ATC gave us a descent later than the top of descent, then the VSOR might say minus 600 feet per minute or greater is needed. Okay. Well, they're not assigning me, I'm telling them when I need to descend. So I figured based on my approach that I selected, I'd want to be about at or above 3,500 of DOSEB here.
Three Foxtrot, the Bradley altimeter is 3032. Do you have an approach request?
032, and we would like the RNAV runway 15 approaching the Bradley, November 33 Foxtrot.
Three Foxtrot, when I will clear direct Joseph.
Direct dose of November 33 Foxtrot. Tabletop Android, see you later. Have fun, take care.
Auto 120, maintain for level 330 for traffic.
330 for traffic, go fronted.
Riptide 12, climb maintain for level 380.
380 for Riptide 12.
At 1485, contact New York Center 125.32. American 1485, American 1485, New York Center now 125.32.
No procedure turn, no
Confirm that was
procedure turn.
12532. 12532, American 1485, correct?
Coming from Albany though, it looks like the procedure turn is required.
296, passing 12,000 for 14,000.
296 Boston Center, climb maintain for level 230.
My flight level 230, surface 296.
I can prompt them for lower at top of descent, but you can't descend without clearance. Correct. But on this test standard, I need to advise them when I need to descend to make the approach altitude. That's my understanding. I need to advise them when I need to make my top of descent. If I read that correctly.
Riptide 12, expedite your climb to flight level 330.
Climb to 330 for Riptide 12.
No, through flight level 330, so expedite through, until, 340. Copy, we'll expedite through.
Let's just
340 for type 12.
double check this to make sure.
Traffic at your 1 o'clock and 10 miles northwest bound of the Boeing 737. Climbing through flight level 320 will be higher than you. We have the traffic in front, Delta 1.
Files and flies the stellar number of arrival correctly, including reporting top of descent to ATC. So I'm assuming they want me to let them know when I need to descend to make the approach.
That was 371, 12.5, climbing 14,000, direct laser.
371 Boston Center, climbing maintain level 230.
230, that's 371.
296, climbing maintain level 340. 296, climbing maintain level 340. Bus 296 Boston.
Southwest 296 Boston Center.
Third call, sir. Climb maintain, flight level 340.
Level 340, Southwest 296.
120, climb maintain, flight level 390. Climb maintain 390, Delta 120.
Now they might tell me to cross Joseph or cross Joseph at 4,000 whatever, and then I'll have to recalculate and let them know when I'm descending on a 7,000 per 4. I'm assuming they'll tell me, they'll give me a crossing restriction. Heading indicator, the compass, looks good there. It's nice that I'm able to chat on my Twitch thing again. It's working, so whatever Twitch did, fixed it. Last time, the previous 2 times I streamed, I could not interact with the chat on my mobile device.
Number 33 Foxtrot, cross Dose about above 3,500, cleared out now runway 15 approach.
Cross Joseph at above 3,500, cleared or nav runway 15 approach, November 33 Foxtrot. And that's what I factored in here, at or above 3,500.
EF91, contact New York 125.32.
12532,
Okay. So they gave me that.
931, contact New York 12532.
They gave me that restriction, 3,500. Now I need to tell them when I'm leaving 7,000.
12532, Southwest 151 Heavy. Have a good night.
So when I'm leaving 7,000, what do I have here? Vertical speed required minus 232-ish. 25 miles out of Dosum still. Interesting. So the more I manipulate my airspeed, that also affects that vertical speed required. Huh. No, it seems like it's doing exactly what I expected it to. I put myself into a little bit of slow flight there for a while, and that vertical speed required thing changed drastically. Yep, that's correct.
Center Delta 120. Delta 120, boss. Should okay if I step away for 1 minute. 120 for discussion for backup frequency. Southwest 296, Boston. Southwest 296, Boston Center. I will disconnect due to connection errors. Roger. Delta 120 back. The 120, Roger.
Trying to understand disconnect due to connection errors. If you had a connection error, I don't know. In my mind, that means you're not able to connect. I suppose that could be FPS an issue. Alright, 15.8 miles out from the initial approach fix. Looks like we are going to have to apply the hold.
Hello, it's Comanche 102 on Mike. Currently got at Syracuse. Are you coming to Syracuse this evening? I am. So we're south ramp, but we have the weather-rated taxi VFR to the northwest. Sorry, the call sign one more time. November 1021 Mike.
102 on Mike. It's up to you. I can give you runway 10 for the shorter taxi. Winds currently 20016, gust 25. Actually, I guess you'd prefer, I don't know, you tell me. What do you like? 10 is fine for 2 on Mike. Roger. Number 102 on Mike, runway 10 taxi via hotel. 10 via hotel, 2 on Mike, and if you want to get to the squawk.
Alright, let's get ready for our descent. Make sure it's going to go full rich. Carpeet's going to come on. Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot. We need to leave out of 7,000 to 3,500.
Foxtrot, Roger.
That was 371. Any chance for higher?
371, climate take level 300.
300. That was 371.
Alright, carpeet's on. We got a 500 feet per minute descent going on here. And we want to cross Dosip at or above 3,500. And then we're going to hit that hold procedure turn.
Boston Center, November 1033 Romeo with you, 10,000 feet direct to Western.
Zero 33 Romeo, Boston Center, Western altimeter 3028.
3028 for November 1033 Romeo.
You know, I was wondering, we've got no procedure turn coming in from Sasha, no procedure turn coming in from Chester.
Mike, you need a minute for run-up?
Just 1 minute, yeah.
But it looks like there is one.
Boston Center, good evening, Western 5, if you climbing through 120, climbing 140.
Hi, Boston Center, climate change, flight level 4, Western 5, flight level 400.
400, Western 5.
Yeah, it looks like there is one coming in from Albany, unless that's just a busier arrival airway there.
Destination ATIS is 118.15.
Kilo Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Airport information Echo 0040 Zulu weather wind 203 at 7 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 9er dew point 6 altimeter 3026 advise on initial contact that you have information Echo. Kilo Bravo Alpha Foxtrot Airport information Echo 0040 Zulu weather wind 203 at 7 visibility 10 sky clear temperature 9er dew point 6 altimeter 3026 advise on initial contact that you have information Echo. Kilo Bravo.
Alright, Echo's current at Bradley. Let me just make sure that we don't have an actual Bradley. Need this.
And Boston, Mike, I'm VFR to the northwest. Number 2 on Mike, on course departure, approved, runway 10, close to takeoff. You're close to takeoff, 2 on Mike. 33 Romeo, descend maintain 4,000.
Down to 4,000, November 1033 Romeo.
33 Romeo, you can fly present heading, expect vectors for visual runway 29er.
Runway 29er, 1033 Romeo.
Alright, 5,200. 4.8 miles from Dosip.
Class Charlie below in 5.4 miles.
Boston Center, good Air Canada 7046, 8,900, climbing 14,000, direct Highland.
Air Canada 7046, Boston Center, climb maintained by level 360.
360, Air Canada 7046, thanks.
Alright, 2.8 miles. So probably got about 15 miles remaining, not including the hold.
For 2 on Mike, I'm sorry, did you get that code, sir? I never had a code from you, but we can take a code. I mean, we're gonna be out of Charlie in 2 minutes anyway. I thought I gave it to you. I apologize, sir. Yeah, it's not a problem at this point. If you want advisories, then you can change your advisory frequency. Advisory frequency approved. 2 on Mike. Thanks. We'll talk to you later. Back in. Good ticket.
$4,000. We're almost there. Duluth Fly, hello, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in.
Boston Center, good evening. Delta 2125, check-in for level 290.
We are currently IFR into Bradley, working on
2125, Boston Center, Roger.
working on our wings IFR rating from Boston Virtual. Alright, here we are, 3,500. We are established in the hold. Navigator has the plane.
And 1033 Romeo, turn right heading 050.
Like 050, 1033 Romeo.
Well, all of the possibilities you could watch on a Friday night. Glad you're hanging out with me.
Number 33 Foxtrot, Boston.
Boston, November 33 Foxtrot, good.
Hey, so what are your intentions there?
We're flying the hold and then proceeding on the R9 approach and runway 15.
We're clear straight in, sir. You're clear for the straight in runway 15 from Joseph.
Alright, we'll approve for the straight in approach. I'll have 15, November 33 Foxtrot. Hang on.
Romeo, Worcester Airport, set your 10 to 11 o'clock and 8 miles, port inside.
Well, I don't understand what I missed. I wasn't advised to go straight in. I didn't see a no
Airport inside,
procedure
number
turn
1033
coming
Romeo.
from Albany.
33 Romeo, enter left gauge, clear visual approach, runway 29er.
Clear for the visual approach, runway 29er, 1033 Romeo.
Alright, well, we're just going to hand fly this approach in. We're just going to fly these needles. We're left of the glide slope and we're low. Yeah, we keep dropping off of the... Oh, I just lost our overlay too. Alright, well I can't get out and fix the four-flight overlay, I do apologize.
Number 33 Romeo, runway 29er, clear to land.
Runway 29er, clear to land, 1033 Romeo.
120 contact, Boston Center 133.45. Boston Center 133.45, Delta 120, weather, Xfinity. $21.25, cross Cypher at flight level 190. Cypher at flight level 190, that's 21.25.
Alright, now we're about picking up the vertical here. There we are. Carpeet's gonna go on, power's gonna come back, and then we're just gonna fly this descent here. I better not get docked for that procedure turn.
For 33 Romeo Center. November 33 Romeo.
33 Romeo.
Be advised, sir, you were clear to land on runway 29er. That was runway 33.
Yeah, I realized that. Sorry about it.
No worries. Right when able, taxi parking via your discretion. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Guys at 2507 Boston Center, answer good.
Alright, how are we looking? We're a little bit high. Let's get down there just some.
Boston, good evening. It's Transit 2507, locate level 270.
Transit 2507, Boston Center, roger. Cross Hancock, Caterpillar flight level 190.
Cross Hancock, enter below 190, Transit 2507.
Boston Center, November 33 Foxtrot.
Runway 15, clear line.
Clear lane 15, we'd like to land as short as possible to make signature on Delta if able.
Number 33 Foxtrot. That's, yep, short as you like.
Roger, thank you, November 33 Foxtrot. Alright, give me flaps 10, 1,000, 1,000. Prepare for that bubble up. Got a nice stabilized approach going on here. Flaps 2. Alright, we've got that displaced threshold there. And Sierra 3, on my point, is that next intersection. But remember, there's an illusion that big runways can provide too. Oh yeah, we'll be just fine.
Delta 2125, cross AC at 8,000, LaGuardia altimeter at 3034.
AC at 3034, Delta 2125.
Riptide 12, contact Cleveland Center now, 119.87.
Cleveland Center for Riptide 12. Appreciate the ATC. Have a good night.
Alright, let's cross this line. Is our tail across? Yep. Strobes off. Boston Center, November 8033 Foxtrot. We are off of runway 15, holding short on Delta. We'd like taxi to signature.
33 Foxtrot. Sorry, number 33 Foxtrot, Delta 2 to parking, and congrats on wings, IFR-21.
Delta 2 to parking, and thank you for the IFR-21, and thank you for your service. Have a good evening, November 33 Foxtrot. Woohoo! Alright, let's go park over here at Signature Aviation. We'll run through our shutdown checklist, shut things down. Head back to the hangar and say goodnight. Okay, descent, pre-landing, landing, after landing. Flaps going up. Carpeets off, strobes off. Let's get all of our lights off by our beacon. Let's get our avionics off. G5's down, parking brake on. Compass light off. Disconnect from the VATSIM network. Okay, okay, did that. Trim, let's get that reset for takeoff. Okay, alright. Make sure mags, master, beacon. Okay, there we have it. Let's head back to the office and say goodnight.
Alright everyone, I do want to thank you all again for coming in and hanging out this evening. We were able to successfully plan, file, and fly the Boston Virtual Wings IFR-21 rating this evening. We departed out of Sierra Lima Kilo and we headed to Bradley. Bravo Delta Lima for this rating, which essentially encompassed a lot of what we've learned so far in the Boston Virtual Wings program. So I do want to say thank you to a few people. I do want to say thank you to Hammered Hugo, who came in with a new follow earlier, and then Sugar Dunkerton for the resubscription to the channel. Tabletop Android came in with the resubscription to the channel, and then Roberto Lucasm came with a new follow. So thank you so much. I do appreciate that. And yeah, real quick, let's take a quick look at Wings IFR-22. See what that's going to entail. So let's do this here. Bring this up. We'll go back and take a look at Wings IFR-22. This will be our next one. Flying is about much more than operating controls. Even with the best pre-flight, there is no substitute for experience when facing unexpected scenarios in the air. So it looks like we may be getting some unexpected weather. So it looks like they want us to plan a route and then possibly replan a route taking weather into account, I should say. So that'll kind of be the focus for our next one. But I do want to say thanks again for coming and hanging out this evening as we went for Wings IFR-21. So I think that's it for me this evening. I'm going to say goodnight. I hope you all take care and stay safe. Take care of each other. That's very important, especially nowadays. Let's see who we can go and raid this evening and who we can send you over to for continued evening enjoyment. Alright, we're going to go and raid Scotty the Hottie, who's flying around in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Not sure what he's flying, where he's flying, or where he departed from. So, but I'm going to send you over there to say hi. If you can't stay for his show, please at least stay for the raid. You all take care and stay safe. My name is Michael. I was your pilot this evening. It was my pleasure flying with you, and we will see you next time.